So, so that's the problem. I reached a point where I can't take something off. So if I'm reaching that point, I gotta be more careful. Now I'm gonna just go into lightly some of the issues that I'm having, but the main one that just came up is seatbelts. I mean, it all sounds pretty stupid, but it all ties together, you know, because the wing panels, the cell panel ties right into the edge of the weather stripping, and then they get the panel below that, so you got to put both those panels on together, and then the seat is going to fit in below that, and then the seat belt tucks down in there, and then you got the I can't think of it, I think it's called jute insulation, which has to go behind those panels, and none of that stuff was on the car, so I gotta figure it out as I go. Now the other problem, the seat belts are missing, like I say in every video. But I do have one in the back, and I'll show you that. They call that the retractor, the part you pull out and you let go, it goes back in. And then I have one in the front that's and we'll call the retractor that's the male, I guess, because that's the part that plugs in the other one. And so I have a male against the console. That's all I got. So I started looking into, I'm thinking, man, I want to, and everything costs money. So you always try to find it used. So I'm looking on eBay today, and they say 71 to 81, or maybe that's an exaggeration, but I think that's what it says. Well, no, they're not all the same, and I'm going to show you why. But I'll tell you first, and you probably won't understand what I'm talking about unless you get this year. And I think I've narrowed it down to 74 to 77 is different in the rear. On the male side, the retractor. I don't know what I said before, but the male's the retractor side, I think. Yeah, because it plugs in like a man and a woman. But anyway, getting back to the safety belt, ding. They say 70. What do they say? 70 to 71 to 81 or something like that. I guess I'll just show you. So I'm gonna have to start breaking these videos down. And these videos are for people that have as a reference. And when I'm long gone, and if you're trying to do a car, you'll have this information. Okay, so a long time ago I bought this light. It's been hanging here right in front of me. I forgot about it. But it's really handy if you're working in a car. So I'm going to show you what my problem right now that I'm getting hung up on. It's so minor, but okay. You see that seatbelt? That seatbelt, the male. You can see it's the male because it plugs in. You see the bolt on the right side of that? I can't point it. That is unique to, as far as I can tell, from 74 to 76. So you can't just go out and then that cover, it looks like there's a plastic cover. I haven't took it off yet. That they don't sell with seat belts. So you're gonna have to find seat belts and covers. And so I got to work that out. But anyway, that's what it looks like right now. So I'm just going to move the camera without turning it off. And the only piece I have for front is this. Okay, so I got that, and I got this. Now I'm going to give you another. I'm going to take the camera out there so you can understand this problem. Okay, just look at the spacing behind that. They have a special indentation in here, and there's the bolt. So if I go over here with the junk pile of stuff I got, this bolt is in the back. You can buy these. And you notice that this plastic case is riveted on. Well, let's just compare it. Could I put one of these in here? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what they did. And why did they change it? Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I guess the bolt is in the front. So maybe I can change. Maybe I can make it work if I put a bolt in here. Something to accept that bolt. But I need to take this off. I mean, what I'm thinking right now is, well, I don't know. Again, until I put the seat in, did the seat change? I don't know. But that's where I'm getting hung up. So before I know what works, I got to try another piece, and then another piece, and another piece. So here's the seat. Here's the rear seat. I mean the back panel. I guess you can't see that. And here's the side seats. And maybe the seats are different, but you see this indentation on here? So let me just think here. That would be, I don't want to knock everything down, but. So there's an indentation on both sides, actually. See that? That's for the seat for the seat belt. So I'm gonna have to. So I ordered a paint gun, actually, but I can't paint in this weather, I don't think. And I'm in a shop, you know. What am I gonna do? Build a paint booth? I haven't decided what to do. So be careful. Again, this is all about, I'm going to call this don't wash this unless you have a basket case. Because if you have a car like this, you just take the parts out and you bolt them back in. No big deal. So let's look at the side over here where there is no safe, where the seatbelt isn't. Well, hell, that even looks different. Am I imagining this? See, I'm looking from here. This ends right at that edge. I guess it's the same. Anyway, that's where I am. I don't know how to make these videos until I solve these problems. So you can get frustrated, you know? You can get frustrated. Another thing, which I don't know if I can show. Okay, we're looking at the back of the seat. This is what the back of the seat looks like. I don't know if this is the right seat. There's a number here. 6. Is that looks like 5? I don't know. But anyway, this seat is ripped. I think this used to be, you know, way up. I don't know. I guess it used to be like that. So that's another problem. But again, I think I touched on this in the last video. It doesn't really matter if the stuff is ripped or broke or anything. You got to put in what you got and see if it fits before you. I guess what I'm saying is You could go buy pieces online or at a junkyard or whatever, but you're not gonna know if they're gonna fit, like this seatbelt issue, until you actually try it. So I'll put that in the seat, for instance, when I get to the seat. If it fits, it fits, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I won't know until I try it. And I won't know and I won't know either until I got the seat belts in. And then will the quarter inner quarter panel trim work? Okay, I don't know. I mean, is that different for the different seat belts? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, you can get frustrated. And I'm wondering if this pattern here, I'm just wondering if these are the original seats. But again, you got to get away from that. You know, you can't get hung up because it's impossible to make an original car. Not impossible, but you'd probably spend $100,000 trying to find the parts. Yeah, I'm just going to throw this in. This is the Fisher body. I'm going to turn to the seatbelt page in a second, but I noticed on this model identification chart, if you can see it, Firebird Trans Am is a F2FW 87. So the numbers that are different is the standard Firebird is S, a Sprint is T, a Formula is U, and a W. I don't know what that means right now, but I do remember hearing the W. So going to, I looked at this the other day. So go to section 9, it says seats. I'm just going to try to do this real quick. Let me turn this camera off for a second. Okay, you're just going to kind of look over my shoulder here, but this is what I'm finding out about, as I've been saying about the manual. Now it does show what the front seatbelt looks like. That's what it looks like. It just looks like that. And I've looked, I'll get into later how I know this is right, but and then this also tells which bolts you need, because my bolts are missing. But I have a bunch of them in a box. There's a picture showing it. Again, I guess it goes on after the carpet. But what I'm going to get at is this is pretty useless. This is showing the roof. Well, that's helpful, I guess, if you have the parts. But beyond all that, okay, let's look at this. Look at, that's wrong. At the bottom of this page it says station wagon. So let's just see. I forgot what we were just looking at, but yeah, here's the rear one. So that's the F style. B, C, and E is a bolt in the back. I saw one of these online. 2 bolts on the side. People were saying that these are Trans Am parts and Firebird parts. Well, they're not. So you buy them, you get them, you try to put them in, and they don't fit. That's really great. So now I'm going to show you what I think is the most helpful thing. And it's going to take a second. And by the way, while I'm looking at this picture, this is how I was looking to try to get the front end together. What is that? I mean, that's I haven't seen, I've looked at all kinds of pictures, I haven't seen one of those. I mean, cars for sale and stuff. So let's get to the thing I want to show you. You know, I've collected all kinds of information. I can't even remember everything I have. Somewhere in here is what I want to show you. Again, I took pictures of everything. Look, there's the cruise control. Still on the car. What is that damn picture? I think it's in here. You'll understand what I'm talking about once I find the picture. And by the way, you see that rod hanging down? That's where you pull the hood. That's how I couldn't figure out how to open the hood until I found this picture. Then I started searching for that part. And look at the alignment on this hood. They were selling this for like 50 grand. But here's what I'm getting at. This kind of picture, that shows the seat belt. It shows a partial picture here. These are a lot more informative. Look at that. That's a perfect picture. That's exactly what I don't have that I need to find. But nobody sells these cases that I can find. Nobody. So this goes. It also goes up into the roof, so it's a one-piece thing. And I'm just wondering, I think they put the seatbelt together, they slid it through, and then they sewed it. I might be wrong, but I don't have one to know. I mean, if I was to buy that, anyway, you know what I'm getting at. How do I make it work? Also, just looking at this picture, again, this is the weird thing about pictures. I'm just looking at that right now. But when I took this picture, I was probably looking at, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of information here. That's what's weird about these pictures. You don't know what you need until you need it. So, I guess I'll end it, but the point is, I don't know what is right until I can find a car that they say is an original. And it's not so much that I want to keep it original. I mean, I do. But I also want the parts to all fit together. And until I have them all here, that's the dilemma. Do you order all the parts ahead of time and then say, okay, they're all going to fit together? Well, I can't really afford to do that. Or do you go one step at a time, try to find maybe junk parts that are all beat up, that are like 10 cents on the dollar, fit them before you buy the real thing. So that's what I've been running into. It's kind of weird. So if you're a person that wants to drive a car, you just want one of these, and you just want to drive it, do not do what I'm doing. Because that's not what it's not that I want to drive the car. It's that I want to work on it. That's the fun to me is, I've drove millions of miles in cars. That isn't that much fun to me. But figuring out all these little things is. Okay, I'm going to show you one more thing. Again, my videos are all over the place. In the last video, I kind of showed this, but you probably couldn't see. As I was working on this, turn this. I got a viewfinder that'll turn around. See if I can find it in the camera. You see that little metal piece there? See that? I had like 10 of these. These were on like 2 or 3 of them. I'm not sure what that does. But, so I took it off and I melted the plastic, took it off, sandblasted it, put it back on. So I'm going to end it with this, but I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to put this piece on. Or I'm just going to lay it on. You tell me, what is this piece for? Let's see, I have the wrong side. I got the wrong one. Let me get the other one. Again, I still gotta fix this metal here, but oh, I see what it's for. You would never know it if the piece is missing. It slips under here. Let me try it. Ow. Yeah, that's what it's for. It holds this piece in place. Because I don't think trim goes on here. I think that is the trim. So that's why I need to go over every piece, because as I solve it, then everybody knows. Now, if I didn't have that piece, I don't know, would it matter? Maybe. This stupid camera. If I don't tighten this twist nut, it does that. So, yeah, I gotta, and then before I put this piece on, I need to weld the piece on here, down to here, and then, let's see what else. And where this piece goes in, you know, these white clips that if you know what I'm talking about, like to go in the door, right here, the metal's rotted, so I gotta fix that. I don't have to. I could hide everything, but I'm gonna. Yeah, see the hole? Right there. So if I'm gonna have to fix this, let's just look at this. So again, that kind of tells you something. It's rotted here, and it's rotted here. Water was getting in right here. And then I had to replace the trunk pan, and that's what probably did it. And then this wire that plugs into, I'm pretty sure this is the ground for the defroster built into the window. This needs to be replaced. They probably rotted that. It's a miracle everything isn't rotted. The water just kind of went, I guess it went under all the plastic, came back out under the carpet. So I'm doing the best I can. This has nothing to do with how good I am, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I know how to do it. I know how to figure it out. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, I can't help it. I got to add this since I'm talking about safety belts. So I have that one piece. That's my clue. Where to get it is not a big, well, it's a big problem, but I have some other pieces over here. So again, this is how I do it. I've got 4 of these. It doesn't matter if they're in good condition or not. Look at that. Okay, well, this one has a button missing, I guess. But anyway, there's this style, this style. I guess that's the same. But what I'm getting at is I'm going to go swing over to this other picture, up to this other view. I got 2 black ones. Now I don't know if these are for the front or the back. That's what I need to. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Or if they're even for your car, or they're even for a fire. If you can see that. Neither of these matches that. So these are wrong. Maybe these go in the back. I don't know yet. So now I'll get the red one. That's wrong. Does it matter? I don't know. Okay, all right. I guess I have to keep going on this. So I showed you that picture of the inside of that car with the front safety belt against the door. And I have this. So my question was, well, first of all, it doesn't come out. Let's see. I don't know if it's the pendulum stuck or what. But my question is, how'd they get that in there? I mean, even if I buy a new safety belt that doesn't come with this, how do I get it in there? You can see it's riveted to here. And this one here happens to have a door on it for some reason. And again, this goes up to the top of the roof. See if I have any more of those. Could I have another one? Maybe these are for this car. That door there is there for some reason. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's a wire goes up through there. But still, let's just pretend like that's it. If you remember the picture, it showed a piece going down to the floor. I don't have that piece. I don't have that piece. So I gotta figure out what to do. I mean, I guess I could cut it, put a new rivet in, but they don't sell them. And it can be frustrating. So, I know I said I was going to end this before. So when you get frustrated, at least me, I fixed this so I can put this on. But before I put that on, I have to do this welding, and then I can put the lower quarter panel on and fit the trunk. In the meantime, when I feel like it, I can search for parts and try to find a solution. So yeah, that's what I've been doing on this car this whole time. It's like research. Okay, I came upstairs and I just wanted to show you what I'm talking about. So here it says 74 to 77 Camaro Pontiac. So you could find this part maybe in a Camaro or a Firebird. 119 bucks, but it's complete junk. So I'm gonna zoom in. See if I can zoom in some more. So here's that front seat belt. And I guess this is the piece that goes up on the roof. So I guess there is no mechanism inside there. So maybe that piece can slide through there. I don't, you know what I'm talking about? Slide through here. But it also looks like there's two rivets. And then here's the bottom ones in the back seat with the offset on the right. And these, if you remember the top ones of the one I had, it was like had like a piece of black there. These don't have that. So anyway, just thought I'd show you what I'm up against, or what anybody's going to be up against when they're doing a basket case. Let me just look at one more thing. I think I have another picture. I'm looking. I guess not. Let's see, I think this is the same picture. But this is how you do it. I mean, you find pictures and then you try to find the parts. If you have a lot of patience, maybe you can find one good one of each. Like in the back seat, it's good, but I can't find any of those. So one of the reasons I said fit things together is figure out what you need, and then if you have the patience, you can just start looking for them, and hopefully you'll find them cheap. But you need to be damn sure what you're ordering. You know? And just looking at this, I can see that they cut this bolt off. These things rust. So I need one more of these. They got red, but the seatbelt's red. And you also notice that this seatbelt's out, so that means that this one's not working. This one is working. But what good is it? It's got a red belt. I need black. Single bucket seat and shoulder belts. Okay, these are standard. So what do they say here? Came with mats. Came with a rear window defroster. Electric. I think that's in the glass. Cruise control, heavy duty alternator, tilt steering. Gold interior appointments. Custom bucket seats, custom rear seat, custom interior appointments. But here it's called Deluxe. deluxe or vinyl, or so who knows what custom means. Because they don't use the word custom.